Most people think life is about making the right decisions, the right career, the right relationship, the right financial moves. But that's not actually how life works, because there is no such thing as a perfect decision. There are only trade-offs. Every decision you make gives you something, and at the exact same time, it takes something away. You take a high-paying job, you gain money, but you lose time, flexibility, sometimes even peace of mind. You choose freedom, you travel, you control your schedule. You live life on your own terms, but you give up stability, predictable income, security as structure. You commit to a relationship. You gain companionship, support, shared experiences, but you lose independence. You lose the ability to move entirely on your own terms. This is the part nobody explains clearly. You don't choose outcomes. You choose trade-offs. And most people don't fail because they make bad decisions. They fail because they don't understand what they're giving up. They chase what looks good without thinking about what it costs. A higher salary looks attractive, but what does it demand from you? Longer hours, more stress, less time for yourself? A relationship looks fulfilling, but what does it require? Compromise, emotional responsibility, and sacrifice? A flexible lifestyle looks freeing, but what does it remove? Consistency, financial growth, long-term security? Every path has a cost, not sometimes, always. And here's where it gets dangerous. Most people only focus on what they gain. They ignore what they lose. Because the benefits are visible, the costs are hidden. You see the salary, you don't see the burnout. You see the lifestyle. You don't see the pressure that comes with maintaining it. You see the relationship. You don't see the emotional responsibility behind it. So people walk into decisions thinking they're upgrading their life, but in reality, they're just exchanging one set of problems for another. And when those problems show up, they feel confused. They say things like, I thought this would make me happy. I thought this would fix everything. But nothing fixes everything, because every solution creates a new set of constraints. This is the mindset shift most people never make. Stop asking, what do I get from this decision? Start asking, what does this decision cost me? Because the cost is what shapes your life, not the reward. Anyone can chase rewards, so very few people think deeply about costs. And the people who understand this move differently. They don't just look at opportunities, they evaluate trade-offs. They don't just ask, is this good? They ask, is this worth what I have to give up? Because that question changes everything. It makes you more intentional, more disciplined, more aware. You stop chasing everything that looks attractive, and you start choosing what actually aligns with your priorities. Because here's the truth. You can have almost anything, but you can't have everything. And trying to have everything is how people end up with nothing that actually satisfies them. So instead of chasing the perfect life, you start designing your life around trade-offs you're willing to accept. Because the best decision isn't the one with the biggest reward, it's the one with the cost you can live with. And once you understand that, you stop comparing your life to other people, because you realize that you're not seeing the full picture. You're only seeing what they gained, not what they sacrificed. And every life that looks appealing on the outside has a cost attached to it, always. So the real question isn't, what do I want? It's, what am I willing to give up to get it? Because your answer to that question will determine almost everything about your life. And there's one decision that carries one of the biggest trade-offs you'll ever face. Most people don't think about it deeply. They don't analyze it. They don't question it. They just follow the default path. And because of that, they walk into it unprepared. In the next video, we're going to break that decision down completely. The real cost, the real trade-offs, and what it actually means for your life. If this changed how you think about decisions, hit like. And subscribe for more breakdowns on money, behavior, and real-world strategy. Because the next video might challenge the biggest assumption people make about life. See you there. Yours, see you there.